Welcome to Systems of Equations Part 2. Okay, so we have a few more examples on substitution that I want to show you, but I didn't want to make it one really long video, so I broke it up into 2 videos. So this is Part 2. We're going to do 2 more problems for this, okay? So we have our x, y, remember that's our point we're using, that's our end game, okay? So here's the next example. -4, let's write this a little higher. -4x plus y equals 6. And then -5x minus y equals 21. That's our problem. Now, you see already a difference in how this looks compared to our other problems, correct? You see that our x's are not by itself, right? Each equation, 4x plus y equals 6, -5x minus y equals 21. The y or x is not by itself yet, so it's our job. We have to get one of these ones by itself first. Okay, now we've done this before. We've been doing this for a while now, trying to solve for a letter, get it by itself, right? So we need to pick an equation, the top one or the bottom one, to figure out which letter we want to get by itself first. So you think, well, let's look at our x's. We have -4x, -5x, okay? They're not really by itself, a little complicated to get by itself. So let's go look at our y's. We have a y and a -y, okay? So what we want a positive y by itself, right? So let's use this top equation, and let's get our positive y by itself. So if we were to do that, we have, I'm just rewriting the problem, -4x plus y equals 6, right? Just rewriting the equation. And to get y by itself. So to get y by itself, it's -4x. So I have to take this 4x, and when it's negative, I have to add 4x here, add 4x there. That cancels. Bring down my y, and y equals, remember, you just leave it, 4x plus 6. Okay? So this is going to be our new problem. Okay? Is this one here. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite it up here, okay? I'm going to make a little squiggle line. Okay. Y equals 4x plus 6, okay? And we're going to leave that there. So now, let me erase this, okay? So now my y is by itself, okay? Now, I can substitute this whole thing here into our other equation. Now, key trick, you want to, whatever equation you use to get the letter by itself, you have to take that equation and plug it into the other equation, okay? Don't take this and plug it in here. Don't do that, okay? Don't take, don't do this where you have this and you go, you use -4x plus, and then you have, 4x plus 6, equals it. Don't do that, okay? You want to take this and plug it in, so that's y. Plug it into that y there, okay? So let's plug it in. Remember, we're just substituting. So our new equation, -5x minus, now because it's y. Now our minus is still here, okay? So the minus is always there, okay? Don't get rid of the minus, it's still there. Minus, instead of the y, it's going to be this, 4x plus 6, and all of that equals 21, okay? So once again, my y equals 4x plus 6. I can take that and plug it in to that one right here. Now minus is still out front, okay? So, because our minus is out front, we have to get rid of these parentheses, okay? Now, how do we do that? Well, we have a minus. So what's in front of the minus, or what's behind the minus? It's a negative. It's a 1, right? So remember, negative by itself is always a 1 by it's -1, okay? So once again, we distribute. -1 times 4x, -1 times 6. So let's bring down our -5x, okay? Do the math. -1 times 4x equals -4x. -1 times +6 gets us a -6. And all that equals 21, okay? Next step, combine are like terms. Negative 5x minus 4x, when you combine that, gives us negative 9x. Bring down negative 6, bring down our 21. Okay. Next step. We have negative 9x minus 6 equals 21. We have to, because we have this negative 6 here, we have to move this first to this side. So it's minus 6, do the opposite, plus 6 here, plus 6 here. That cancels. Bring down our negative 9x, and that equals 21 plus 6, which is 27. Last step, get the x by itself, we must divide by negative 9 here, negative 9 there. That cancels. And x equals 27 divided by negative 9, which equals negative 3. So that's our x, negative 3. So all that to get this here. So now we found our x. Okay, our x is negative 3. Now we have to find our y. So pick an equation. Okay, we can use this one, we can use this one, or we can use this one. Because we already found the y by itself here, let's just use this one. It's easier. So we found our x is negative 3. We take this, we plug it in to our x right here, and we solve. Y equals 4, and instead of x, our x is negative 3, so we're going to write negative 3 plus, oh, that's not going to work. Y equals 4 times negative 3, and then the rest plus 6, okay? Do the math. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Bring down your plus 6. Negative 12 plus 6, when you do the math, equals negative 6. So our answer here, negative 6. So our final answer, negative 3, negative 6. Okay, this is our final answer. Okay, so yes, it can be a lot of work. Yes, there's many steps involved. It's just how it is. Okay, so that's our answer for that one, negative 3 minus 6. All right, let's do one more example. Stay with me, guys. I know it's tough. Stay with me. All right, one more example. Negative 2x plus 6y equals 6. Negative 7x plus 8y equals negative 5. All right, here we go. Let's look. Two equations, right? Are there any letters by itself first? No. We have negative 2x, negative 7x, 6y, 8y. So no letters are by itself at all. But we still have to get a letter by itself. So let's look at our equations, okay? Which ones have numbers that can be divided by each other? That's what I always look at, is which one, if I look at it, can I divide? Because I know what I'm going to have to divide by something because I have to get a letter by itself, okay? That's always our last step, is divide by a number. So our top one, we have a 2, 6, 6, bottom 7, 8, 5, okay? These numbers on the bottom can't be divided by anything, okay? The top ones can, it's okay. So let's go ahead and let's try to solve for our x in here, okay? Okay. That's going to be the problem. That's what the letter we're going to try to get by itself, is that x there, okay? So let's rewrite it. Okay. Now, I'm trying to get this x by itself, okay? So what do we do first? Well, that's what we're trying to get by itself. We must move the y over here first. So it's plus 6y. Do the opposite. Minus 6y here, minus 6y here. That cancels. Bring down your negative 2x, and that equals 6. We can just rewrite this, negative 6y plus 6. Okay? Now, to get our x by itself, we have to divide by negative 2. Now everything gets divided by -2, okay? That cancels out. X equals -6 divided by -2 is 3, and the y is still there, so the y. 6, positive 6 divided by -2 is -3, okay? So negative divided by negative is positive, positive divided by negative, negative, okay? So now our x is by itself, okay? So once again, I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to rewrite it up here. Okay. X equals 3y minus 3. Okay. So that's just what I found. Guys, so first step, okay. Get a letter by itself. I want to get this x by itself. I did. I rewrote the problem. I moved the y. I divided by the number attached to the x to get x by itself, 3y minus 3. I wrote that up here. Now I'm going to erase this. Okay. So now I can take this, x is by itself, okay? I can take this whole thing and plug it in to my x here, okay? So this whole thing, let's rewrite that line. I need all the room I can get into that x there, okay? So let's rewrite our problem. -7, and instead of x, I'm rewriting this here. Parentheses, 3y minus 3. Plus 8y equals -5, okay? So, let's solve for y. Remember, all I did was take this, plug it in for the x, and just take this and just took this whole thing, just boop, okay. Solve for y, let's go. You got this. Distribute. Gotta get rid of the parentheses, so distribute the -7 into the parentheses. -7 times 3y is -21y. -7 times -3 is a positive 21. Bring down the rest of the problem, okay? Remember, once you distribute, the parentheses go away and you're left with that, okay? Now what do? Well, we look for like terms. Do we have like terms on this side of the equal sign? Yes, we do. We have a y here, and a y here. So we can take our -21y and add it with our 8y. -21y plus 8y gets us -13y. Bring down your plus 21, and that equals -5. Okay, so you can still do it, even though this 21's in the middle, you can still do these two and combine them to get -13y plus 21 equals -5. All right, next step. We have our y here, our number without a letter here. So what must we move first? Our 21. It's plus, do the opposite, -21 here, -21 there. That cancels. Bring down our -13y. And that equals -5 minus 21. You combine these two numbers, you get -26. Last step, divide by -13 here, divide by -13 here. That cancels, and y equals -26 divided by -13, 2. Okay, so once again, all that for 2. Yes, I know, but that's how it is. So we have our y is 2. Okay. So our y is 2. We can take our 2 and plug it in to our other equation to solve for x. So we take our y, we go no. We can plug it into our y here. Rewrite the problem. X equals 3 times 2 minus 3. Okay. 3 times 2 is 6. Bring down our -3. And 6 minus 3 is 3. So our final answer is 3, 2. Okay, that's our final answer. Okay. So once again, I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of steps. I know it's a lot of parts involved with this, but it's just how it is, unfortunately. So That's part 2 of substitution. Please watch as many times as you need to understand, and so you can do this.